What's up guys, welcome back to another car review. I'm Reagan and today we get to check out what could be the last front engine Chevrolet Corvette. This is the Chevrolet Corvette C7 Stingray. Let's do this. Now before we begin with our car review, I'd like to extend a special shout out and thank you to Chevrolet Makati for allowing me to do this walk around car review of the Chevrolet C7 Corvette Stingray. Now if you're in the vicinity of Makati or the neighboring cities and you are looking for a Chevy, go ahead and go to Chevrolet Makati and pay them a visit. Now let's get on to the review. In the realm of supercars and sports cars, most of the iconic brands come from Europe. America, however, has its own iconic nameplate sports car, and it also has its own equally storied history. The Chevrolet Corvette is America's answer to the best sports cars that Europe has to offer, and this Chevrolet C7 Corvette may be the best front-engine iteration ever. The first thing you'll notice with the C7 Corvette is its presence. To the average Joe, it looks like a Ferrari, especially when it comes in red or in this gorgeous competition yellow. You'll have to double check on the name badge just to make sure that it is a Chevrolet Corvette and not a sports car from the Italian brand. With its long hood and its aggressive snout, it just gives off that supercar vibe. You've got your wide open gaping front grille, which maximizes on air intake to ensure that your V8 engine is breathing and breathing well. Now when you go up to the hood, you will see that you have a blacked out hood vent here, and this is a functional hood vent which serves to extract heat out of the engine to ensure that you are running cool at all times. Your headlights are shaped pretty much like a sports car coming from that Italian brand, but it also comes with daytime running lights, and you've got HIDs for your headlights instead of LEDs. Still a good choice for lighting duties. Moving on to the side of the C7 Corvette, you've got here another functional vent that is shaped like an arrow to the front fender, and this is a functional vent because it serves to extract heat out from the brakes whenever you're doing hard and strong braking. You also have here your Stingray logo, which is unique only to the C7 Stingray Corvettes. The Z06, the other performance models don't have this badge at all. And you have here your blacked out A-pillars up here, which kind of reminds me of a Nissan GTR, but it serves its purpose by giving the C7 Corvette a sleeker look, most especially when the top is down. You see, all Corvette coupes, including the C7 Corvette, are actually Targas because this roof is a carbon fiber roof and it is removable by just unlatching a couple of latches up front and a latch at the back, and you can stow away this very light carbon fiber hood back in the trunk of the C7 Corvette. Now moving on from the roof, you'll notice that the C7 Corvette does not have any door handles. It's been shaved off in favor of aerodynamics. Now to open your door, it's been tucked in here at the side, and you just press a button inside it and you can now open your Chevrolet Corvette. The C7 Corvette Stingray comes in a staggered wheel setup wherein you have 19 inches up front and 20 inches in the back. Now I'm happy that Chevrolet Philippines decided to bring in these Z51 style blacked out rims instead of the usual chrome wheels that can be found in most Corvettes. These wheels, these blacked out wheels, gives the C7 Corvette Stingray a more youthful, aggressive look. Now peeking behind these blacked out wheels are Brembo brakes, which can help with maximum stopping power for your Corvette. Now don't worry about a spare tire or anything like that because these Michelins are run flat performance tires, which will ensure that a nail or a screw will not screw up your day. Moving on to the rear of the C7 Corvette, you will find my most favorite design piece of the C7 Corvette, and those are the center quad exhaust tailpipes. I mean, if you look at it, it looks so aggressive, it looks so in your face, and it looks so distinctively Corvette. And the way it complements the design of the rear, from its squared off taillights to the blacked out lower half to give it a sleeker look, even to the chromed out Corvette badging and the name badge, it just gives it that distinctive, completed look without looking too over-designed or over the top. And that's what I like about it. Now, all Corvettes since the first generation has its own distinctive way of opening the hood to access the engine. It opens from the windshield instead of from the snout. Now, the C7 Corvette is no different, and this hood is made of carbon fiber. That's why it's so light. And when you prop open the hood, that's when you can see the heart of the beast. Come on over here and let's take a look at the engine. Now, this is the heart of the beast. The C7 Corvette Stingray sports a 6.2-liter V8 engine capable of 455 horsepower and 621 Newton meters of torque. This is a rear-wheel drive sports car, which is the proper format for any traditional sports cars, and you won't find any forced induction in this engine bay. This is all engine, all naturally aspirated goodness. And the good thing about that, plus being a V8, is you've got an awesome sounding engine. Now listen to this. Oh man, wow, what a sound. That is a V8 engine for you right there. Now, all C7 Corvette Stingrays that come to the Philippines are equipped with an 8-speed automatic transmission, which you could count as a blessing, especially if you plan to daily drive this car in Manila traffic. Now, if you're the type of person who cares about middling stuff like fuel economy, you'd be happy to know that the C7 Corvette comes with active engine management, wherein if you are just cruising on the highway and you're not really running after something, the engine just shuts down 4 cylinders of the 8 cylinders, effectively turning this into a 4-cylinder fuel-sipping miser. Now, if you need all 8 cylinders to come back online, all you need to do is just step on the gas and the active engine management will bring back all 455 horses on tap for you. Now, what kind of fuel economy could this muster? Well, in eco mode, as in 4 cylinders are shut down, you could go up to as high as 12 kilometers per liter, but if you are driving it like you stole it, then the fuel economy drops down to around 6 kilometers per liter. But at least you're having fun. Now, moving to the trunk of the C7 Corvette, you can open the trunk by pressing on your key fob's trunk opening button. It's here. It says hold right there. Okay, and by pressing it, the trunk will just open and you just have to lift it, and you will now have access to 425 liters of trunk space, which is humongous for a sports car. You could fit 2 golf bags in this trunk, and this pretty much makes the C7 Corvette more like a fastback than an actual, sports car. Now, on the right side, you will find your 12-volt charger in case you need to charge some devices or some gadgets for outdoor use. And to the left, you will see a secret way on how you can open your driver door in case your key fob battery got drained. You see, when this thing gets drained, it won't open like how it normally opens. Instead, you have to take out the physical key from your key fob, and there you go. You've got your physical key, and you use this key to unlock your trunk. Under, you will see here, beside the license plate holder, you will see an area where you can use the key, and that opens your trunk. And when your trunk is open, you now go to the left side of your trunk, and you will see here a tag that when you pull it will now allow you to open your driver door. So in case your key fob battery gets drained and you need to go somewhere, well, that's one way you can open your front driver door. Moving now inside the C7 Corvette, the first thing you will notice is the quality of the materials that can be found on the door side panels. I mean, my goodness, these are made of leather material, where everywhere that you will be in contact with the car, from your elbow rest to where you could just put your arm here on the top of the door, it's all finished in nice leather material with these nice red stitching. Now what you'll notice with the door as well is there are no door handles at all. You've got your window buttons here, you got your seat memory buttons as well, but there are no door pulls. That's because your door pull can be found here. It's a small square button with a white dot, and that's how you open the door of your Corvette. The C7 Corvette that's spec'd in the Philippines come in these leather wrapped competition seats. Now these are not your regular Corvette seats. Instead, these are race buckets, and these are also finished in Napa leather. It's also power adjustable. You got 8-way power adjustable here, both for the driver and the passenger. So that means that even if these are competition racing seats, Chevrolet did not scrimp on the comfort of these seats for those long drives and your regular cruises down the boulevard. Now the Philippine spec Corvette also comes with these red colored seat belts, which gives it that racing vibe. Personally, I find it's really nice. It complements the black racing leather seats very well. And you've got your flat bottom leather wrapped steering wheel as well. You've got these painted red paddle shifters up here behind the steering wheel, and it's quite a nice touch to have these painted paddle shifters. It's not black plastic, so at least there's that. And you've got your leather dashboard with red contrast stitching, and you've also got your carbon fibered finished instrument gauges and infotainment panel. Now let's start this baby up just to see what the instrument panel, instrument gauges, and infotainment system looks like. Okay, so if you'll notice the instrument gauges, you've got in the middle your tachometer front and center, and this is a digital display, and it's flanked by 2 analog displays, both showing your speedometer and your vital information like fuel and your engine temperature. Now moving from here, you could go down here to the mode select there. The mode select is it's a switch that allows you to change your modes. Right now we are in eco mode, so if you notice here there's an E at the bottom, but if I change the toggle, it can go to weather, can go to eco, go to tour, go to sport, and go to track, which turns off your traction controls and other electronic nannies. It should only be used for track duties. Now from the instrument gauges, we move on to your infotainment display, and this infotainment display is an 8-inch display as well, and it's a touchscreen. Now it also comes with a party trick. You see towards the side there is a button called screen button, and if you press this, your infotainment screen disappears, and it shows a not so secret compartment here if you're feeling like James Bond who needs to charge his gadget, because there is a USB port found here. Now when you close it, see, non-insiders of the Corvette would not know that there is a secret compartment to be found behind the infotainment screen. Now you can also go to your settings, and you can put it in valet mode. So if you put it in valet mode, you just input a code which allows you to lock the screen as well as your glove box, so that the valet will not be able to find your stuff. Not that you bring this car to a valet, because personally I'd rather park it myself. So that is a cool way of hiding your things in your C7 Corvette. Now going down here, you will note that there is an automatic climate control for the driver and the passenger. But if you notice, the controls are all for the driver only, because this is a very driver selfish vehicle. Why? Well, if you note the configuration, it's all angled towards the driver, as if the passenger is being left out right here. Now the passenger has his own climate control controls that can be found on the right aircon vent of the passenger. So that means that it's a dual zone climate control system, with the passenger being able to control the temperature from their side without even bothering you while you drive your Corvette. It's pretty nifty. I like the way it's been designed. Now the C7 Corvette also comes with front and rear cameras as well as parking sensor, so that should help you with your parking duties. And just have your buttons here to just go back to home, and that should take you back to your home. So there you have it. That is the C7 Corvette Stingray, which may be the final front engine rear wheel drive Corvette, since the C8 is coming out with a mid-engine layout, which kind of begs the question, should you buy the C7 Corvette Stingray now, or should you wait for the mid-engine C8 to come out? Well, let me know in the comments below. But there are merits on both sides. But if you are looking for a proven performance car, well, you can't go wrong with a Chevrolet Corvette C7 Stingray. And for only 8,546,888 Philippine pesos, it's one of the most practical, performance-oriented sports cars that you can buy in the market today. Once again, thank you guys for watching one of my car reviews. If you like this review, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I upload videos once per week of cars and car reviews that can be found here in the Philippines. Anyway, I do hope to see you again in my next video, guys. I'm Reagan. See you again soon. Bye-bye.